Hello and welcome to the Institute of Photography. Feels very, very strange pre-recording this and not getting to see your nervous and excited faces, a sea of them in a lecture theatre. But I'd like to welcome you to the IOP and welcome you to Falmouth, and I really look forward to getting to know each and every one of you over the next 3 years while you're studying at the uni. I'll be honest, no one likes health and safety. It's boring, right? But it's really important that you pay attention during this video. It's just going to cover some general health and safety of the department, a bit of etiquette, and just some sort of housekeeping issues that we seem to have sort of come up over and over again. So hold tight, we'll get through this quick, I promise. First up, learning space. So on the IOP resources is a health and safety section, and you can go on there whenever you like and have a look if there's something you're not sure about, and all the health and safety information that you require is in this section, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Within the department, we have something that we call a technician on the floor, if you like. And what that means is that there is always a technician available between Monday and Friday to answer any technical issues that you're having. So if you're using something and you're having a problem, please don't suffer in silence. Just come and grab one of us or pop down to the stores and they'll radio one of the technicians, and we'll be able to come to wherever it is you're working and help you unravel whatever issue that you're having. If it's a quick question, you can email us, and the email address is here. If you email this email address, it will go out to all the technicians, and so you will get a quicker response than possibly emailing us individually, although you are still welcome to email us individually if you want to. You can also contact us on Teams, or you can put something on the IOP resources Facebook group. Just whack your question up there and one of us will get back to you. It may be someone from the stores or a technical instructor or one of the technicians to answer any questions that you've got. Within the learning space is where all your inductions are, and within the department, with the majority of our facilities and some of our equipment, you'll need to complete an induction before you can either use that bit of equipment or work in that area. Now, you may feel that you're really proficient working in a studio or in a darkroom, for example, but everyone has to complete these inductions before that they can use that space or that bit of equipment. And this is to make sure that you're using it safely, but also that you're using it under the guidelines that we have set out within the department for you to use them in. It's really good to get on there, have a look at what's available, make sure that you're booking sessions before you're gonna need to complete the work with plenty of time to spare. It's really good to try and be organised. So thinking about what you want to achieve in the next term, the next year, or the 3 years, and planning inductions around that. The great thing with the inductions is if you have done it and you're not feeling particularly confident, you can always book on for another one. This also helps if there's a large space of time between you doing an induction and then you actually using it again later on. Or you can book a one-to-one tutorial with one of the technical instructors and they can go through that piece of equipment or that facility with you. But yeah, make sure you get on there and you have a good look at what's available to you. So the basics of the department, we ask that you do not wear closed-toed shoes within the department, so no sandals and flip-flops. We ask that you do not consume food and drink within the work areas. You're going to hear this a lot, and there's a reason for it because people ignore it, and we would really like you not to. There are breakout areas on both the ground floor and in the hub, and actually when you're working for a long time, it's actually really good sometimes just to have a bit of a break. We do not have cleaners that are going to clean up pizza boxes and crisp packets after you guys. So please make sure that you tidy up after yourself, whatever space you're using in, and treat it as a professional environment. Pregnancy, we have, this may seem a little bit strange, but within part of the department, so the dark rooms and machine processing, if you are pregnant or you think you're pregnant, it's advised that you don't go into those areas. What you can do is you can either email a technician or email the facilities manager, Graham Lawrence, and we will be able to advise you on how best to proceed if this is the case. And we'd really like to ask if you see anything within the department that doesn't look right. Sometimes one of the machines in the machine processing area can leak. Please do just let a technician know, or just let one of the store staff know, and then it can be resolved really quickly. So yeah, if you're not too sure, then just speak to one of the members of staff, and we'll be able to have a look at it and make sure that everything's working okay. The opening times of the department are from 8:30 till 10 Monday to Friday, and 9 to 5 on Saturday. We close down the dark rooms, machine processing, hand tanking and alternative photography from 9 till 12:30 on a Monday morning, and that's so we can get in, make sure that everything is working properly, run some tests with everything, top up all the chemicals, clean up the space for you guys, and make sure it's all spick and span for the rest of the week. Sometimes within the department we will have to close certain areas off for general or emergency maintenance. The good thing is to get on the Facebook page, because we always try and post on there if we've had to close something down for a little bit, and then we'll let you guys know when it's back up and running again. We really do ask that you guys make sure that you are organised and that you have left the department by 10 o'clock. There's absolutely no excuse for you to be in after 10 o'clock. All facilities equipment that you've borrowed should be back in the stores 15 minutes before we're due to close for the evening. And any repeat offenders will be asked to attend a meeting with Graham Lawrence, the facilities manager. So yeah, always last kind of hour, make sure you've got your eye on the clock and that you're saving everything and closing everything down in time for you to be able to make sure you're out of the building on time. So the stores is sort of the busy spot within the uni at times, and so we ask that you make sure that you are organised. We've had students in the past that are due to go out on a coach trip at 9 o'clock and are stuck in a queue waiting to get kit out, and the coach has either had to wait for them or they've missed their trip. So a good thing to do, if you know you've got an early start in the morning, is to just book out the equipment the night before and take it home with you. Each camera bag, it has a rain cover attached to the bottom of it. Please make sure you use it. We don't have anywhere to dry off camera bags when they come back in, so please do make sure that you're using them. And with that in mind, how you take equipment back should be how it comes back to us. So, you know, if you've been out in the wilds, try and make sure that there's no mud or sand or anything on it before it comes back. This is really important with tripods and stands, and for you guys that have moved from up country down here, I would really advise you making sure that you've got some sort of covering over your own personal tripods as well as ours. The salt and the sand really does shorten the life of stands and tripods, so just putting some plastic bags or covers over the legs when you're out using them really does help with their longevity. Always make sure that you're cleaning camera lenses and that you're making sure the batteries are fully charged before you bring them out, so when they go out to the next person they're all working and clean and tidy. This might sound a bit strange, but the store staff do an excellent job of cleaning sensors regularly, and they are finding that they're getting fingerprints sometimes on digital sensors. Please once you've taken the lens off, do not touch the sensor. It's really, really bad for the camera. And always please remember to bring your student card. You will not be able to take it out or bring it back without having your student card with you. It's really important to make sure you carry it around with you at all times. Also, if you've lost anything, the stores is the place you go for lost property within the department. Anything else is up at the main reception. So a bit of studio etiquette. Each studio has a default setting to it. It's really important that you make sure that you clean and tidy up the studio after you've finished using it. If you get in there and it isn't clean and tidy, grab a technician. We'll help you sort it out, and we'll also make sure that then we speak to the person that was in there previously to let them know that it isn't a professional way to have left a studio. So that's backgrounds rolled up, soft boxes back where they should be, and everything neat and tidy. There's background rolls, paper background rolls in each of the studios, and there is coloured ones that you can book out, all the colours of the rainbow. We ask with the smaller ones that if you see a tear or a rip, or if you've teared or ripped the background mold, that you cut it yourself, and with the larger ones that you either let someone from the stores or a technician know, and we'll come in and cut it. To try and protect them for a little bit longer, we ask that you either don't wear shoes when you're walking over the background rolls, or you use shoe protectors while you're doing it. In the studio, you might find that you've got models coming in to photograph. If this is the case, you'll need to make sure that you book them in as a visitor in the reception area of the IOP and book them back out again. It's your responsibility to make sure that you've provided them with all the health and safety information they need when they're in the studio space. And I jest, don't blow yourself up, but please don't blow yourself up. There's been students over the last few years who have forgotten that when you're using flash photography, you cannot use glitter, powder or sprays in there. It makes the lights highly flammable, and extremely, probably the most dangerous thing within the department that you could do. If you're wanting to do something to do with covering someone in flour or glitter, or you need to use an excessive amount of hairspray, then please just come and speak to a technician and we'll find a way around it. But please make sure that you're not using glitter, powder or sprays anywhere near flash photography. So the hub is, I think, looks quite like a nice new swanky office space. It is important to remember that there are people teaching up there and running inductions, so it's good to kind of keep the noise down, and please don't interrupt them unless you really it's an absolute emergency. If you're in there working for the day and you're wanting a space where you can kind of make yourself comfortable for the day, there are screens at the end of each of the hub, and they've got a timetable on for the day, so you can have a look at what's available and what's in use, and kind of sit yourself accordingly to kind of where you want to work. Again, please make sure that you're out before 10 o'clock of here, and that you're thinking about saving work, or you're saving work as you go along, instead of having to save something that's a huge file or render something just as you're meant to be leaving the building. So now we get on to the exciting thing, PPE, so personal protective equipment. So within certain areas, and when you have the inductions, you will be told that it's a legal requirement for you to use and wear the PPE that we will provide for you. If you're found not wearing it, then you will, a member of staff will pull you up on it and ask you to start wearing it. If there's any issue with allergies, or you wanting to use something that you feel more comfortable in, do just speak to a technician, and we'll see if that's possible for you or not. So if you're feeling not very well, there's a first aider within the IOP on both floors. All you need to do is get somebody to go and grab a member of staff. They may not be first aid trained, but they will know who is, and they'll be able to grab somebody for you. If you do have an allergy or a medical condition that you think that we should know about, then please contact student support or email the technicians team, and we will do our best to try and make things either as comfortable or find a solution or an alternative for you as we possibly can. So if there is a fire in the department, there is fire points all around both floors. Just hit the big red button. But if you do hit the big red button, when you come outside, there'll be a fire warden in a nice high-vis jacket, and if you can just let them know where you hit the button and why you set off the fire alarm, so that information can be relayed to the security team who are actually doing a sweep of the building to check that it's all okay. Our fire alarms are tested on a Wednesday afternoon, and there's no need for you to vacate the building. It will stop after about a minute, but please make sure that you obey all other alarms. Sometimes we have for example, lights that haven't been used for a while, continuous say red headlights, and they might smoke a little bit when you turn them on. If it feels unsafe or it looks unsafe, just turn it off. Come and grab a technician, like I say, pop to the stores, and we'll come down and check it over for you and make sure that everything's working okay. So PAT testing, all of our items within the university are PAT tested every year to make sure that they are electrically safe for you to use. If you want to bring in anything to the department, this might be you're doing a studio set build and you need a lamp, or it might be something for an exhibition. You just need to have it PAT tested. So again, you need to speak to the technician team or just email us, check when's good for you to pop in with it, and we will PAT test it, and then it's safe for you to use within the department for the next year. This, very luckily for us, does not include phone chargers and laptop chargers. COSH, control of substance hazardous to health. So the department, we have to cost register all of the chemicals that we use and make sure that we're using them safely, and we're advising you on to how to use them safely. If you want to bring in any of your own chemicals, you are absolutely welcome to. You just need to speak to a technician. Also, kind of, if you get into more alternative photography or some of the microscopy, you might not want to be carrying chemicals around in your bag that are likely to spill. So there is a space that you can store your own chemicals here at the university. They will be labelled, and only you will be able to use them, but it will mean that you don't have to store them in your bedrooms, which sometimes with some chemicals is not really the safest way to kind of be storing things where you're sleeping. As a technician here, we're paid to help you and technically assist you in everything to do with photography. So there's never a silly question. If you're not sure about something, do contact us. That is absolutely what we are here to do. And yeah, I hope that you are all still awake and kind of listening. But yeah, thanks, and enjoy your first couple of weeks at the uni.